enter into the budget hearing. And if I get a motion,
Maybe we enter into the budget hearing.
I'll second that.
okay, you got a first and second, all in favor? Motion carried. Matt Posner, or our county appraiser, will provide details.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
So it is my privilege to present the proposed 2027 Barton County operating budget to the Commission today. This budget is the organizational blueprint to maintain delivery of quality services at an affordable cost to the taxpayer. The main goals that have led the Commission to this proposed budget were to remain revenue neutral, which means levying the same or less total tax dollars as we're levied in 2026, maintain quality public services in a way that is sustainable for years to come, invest in our employees who deliver these quality services, and continue to expand the tax base of Barton County and enrich the quality of the life of our citizens. Every budget year is unique and presents its own challenges. This year was no different, as the commissioners had to find a way to accomplish all of these goals with continuing rising costs of commodities, services, and quality personnel, with fewer ad valorem tax dollars than the year before, and uncertainty of what is to come with state legislation in the future. This chart is a distilled version of what was published in the Tribune on August 15th, 2026. Details the various Barton County funds by showing actual expenditures for the previous year, expenditure estimates for the current year, and proposed expenditures for 2027. It also details the mill levies and total taxes levied for those years, as well as assessed evaluation. This proposed budget shows a mill levy of 33.434 for the countywide assessed valuation of $356,599,696, which generates a total of $11,922,421 in ad valorem tax dollars, which is an $18,933 reduction of the amount that was generated for the 2026 budget. When comparing the mill levy to 2026, the proposed estimated mill levy would be a reduction of 0.487 mills from 33.921 to 33.434. This budget came in at 0.127 mills under our prescribed revenue neutral rate of 33.561 as provided by the county clerk. Furthermore, when comparing the 2027 budget to the 2021 budget, there could be a 12.884 mill levy reduction and a $303,305 reduction in dollars levied in that time span if this budget is adopted as presented here today. Major theme of this year's budget is organizational restructuring and service delivery modernization. Over the past year, Barton County has reduced its authorized workforce by 7 full-time positions through attrition and strategic organizational changes, while continuing to maintain a core public services. Significant changes include the transition of in-house engineering department in favor of contracting for engineering services, and a restructuring of the facilities management department through staff reductions and the strategic use of contracted custodial services. These changes are reflected in reduced personnel expenditures and a shift to a more financially feasible contractual cost. The budget also utilizes increased motor vehicle operating fund revenues to reduce the Treasurer's Office reliance on general fund support for wages, better aligning costs with the services generating those revenues. Despite these structural changes, the proposed budget continues to invest in our workforce through a countywide compensation increase equivalent to 50 cents per hour for all employees, along with a targeted salary adjustment in the county attorney's office to improve recruitment and retention in a highly competitive professional field. These actions reflect our continued commitment to operating an efficient, sustainable organization while ensuring Barton County remains capable of delivering high-quality services to residents in a fiscally responsible manner. This chart shows the anticipated revenues for all levied funds. Ad valorem tax makes up less than half of the total revenue required for the county to have a balanced budget. As with all budgets, the goal is to maintain quality public services while trying to keep this ad valorem tax number as small as possible to be good stewards of the taxpayers' money. Cash carry forward, motor vehicle tax, sales and use tax, departmental revenue, fees, transfers, interest, special county highway funds, and grant funds make up the rest of the financial resources needed to fund a balanced budget. This chart shows the breakdown of all budgeted fund expenditures and the category they fall into. Of the $25,969,763 in expenditure authority for the budgeted funds, 69% is either public safety, public works, solid waste, or public health. 28% is general government services, and 3% is community development and outside agency support. These next two slides indicates how your tax dollars are distributed throughout the county. As you can see from these graphs, as I go through them, depending on where you live, only 16 to 21.5% of your property tax dollars support Barton County government. In summary, the 2027 budget is funded by a mill levy that is 0.487 mills less than the previous year and consistent with our prescribed revenue neutral rate, which generates $11,922,421. This was made possible with careful planning and the foresight to begin 2026 with a sufficient level of cash carry forward to deal with project costs, inflation, and ever-increasing contract and commodity prices. As future budget years present themselves, they will bring with them unique challenges. I believe that with adequate cash reserves, zero debt, and careful planning, the county can address these challenges in a sustainable way as they come forward. With the leadership of the county commissioners, the diligence and care of our department heads, and the high quality of our employees, Barton County remains fiscally sound and is in a position to maintain a sustainable mill levy for years to come, while contributing to the expansion of our tax base and continuing to provide quality public services. I want to thank the commissioners for their hard work on this budget, as well as other elected officials, department heads, and supported agency heads for their assistance. I also want to recognize my staff in the administrator's office for their time and assistance in helping me put this presentation together. This was a team effort, and I'm proud to say this budget successfully reflects the goals and vision that this board has provided. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Well done.
Feels like we've been working on this budget a long time.
It does, yes.
I think in some of the years that I've been here, this has been a very difficult budget. It's very, very tight. There's not a lot of room in it, but I applaud Matt and your team and the rest of the board for, trying to keep costs down as much as we can.
Sometimes you just have to pat yourselves on the back because guess what? Nobody else is going to do it for you. This is what, 6 consecutive years of reduced property tax dollars brought in by the county. And what did you have a percentage on how much that has come down since 2021? Because I have a different percentage from 2021 to 2026 that I was going to share with you.
Going back to, I would need to go get that.
Yeah. So here's let's say it's 2%, whatever it is. Let's say it's 2.3%. I like that number because from 2021 to 2026, the cumulative inflation rate has been 27.7%. So even if we had dropped only 2.3%, that's essentially doing the same amount of services for the community with 30% less revenue, rough calculations. So that doesn't just happen all on its own. So well done, everyone.
And services haven't been cut. We maintain quality services.
Yeah.
Now, what's that put the total mill levy, if you look at all of it, is it's over 12 mills?
Yep. So if you compare the mill levy for this proposed budget to the mill levy in 2021, it'd be a reduction of 12.884 mills in that time span.
Is pretty awesome, but I agree with everyone. This is, for my time here, this is the hardest year. It doesn't give us a lot of wiggle room, and I know y'all would like to even have given our staff more raises because they're the ones that make everything happen day to day. And just to give any raise was difficult, and I'm glad we were able to squeak that out. But it is a very difficult year, but we did it. Thanks to Matt. Thank you. And your staff working tirelessly to figure it out.
Sharpen your pencil on this one.
Absolutely.
Couple of them. Did you run through a couple of them?
Yeah, it was a process for sure.
I just have to repeat, I guess, what the rest of the commissioners said. But yeah, thank you to Matt and we've worked very, very hard on this. It's not something that we just kind of threw together and looked like it was going to work. So hey, we'd go with it. We spent every line item we went through and really picked it apart. So I think just thank the rest of the commissioners and Matt and all of the directors of each department for doing all that hard work. And I guess all the employees to knowing that they can't spend any more money and cutting back. And that's what we're all doing. So
We did it without sacrificing roads and bridges or any of our services really.
right.
Still maintaining that high level of service.
Mhm.
We've actually improved our roads
You know, I think I would have to agree to that.
process.
Mhm. Okay, and I guess we're finished with the comments. And is there any public comment? I mean, this is the time for the public to address some of the issues and I see none, so I guess we'll move on. I need a motion to close the budget hearing.
Mr. Chair, I move to close the budget hearing.
I'll second that.
You got a first, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, moving on, we are going to enter into a regular business meeting. And it is 9:13 and calling the meeting to order. And if you're able to stand, you need to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You need a motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I need another motion for the minutes of August 11th, 2026 and the August 18th, August 18th, 2026 regular meetings.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I move to approve the minutes of the August 11th, 2026 and the August 18th, 2026 regular meetings.
I'll second that.
got a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Any citizen wishing to make a statement during the discussion of any item must first be recognized by the commission chair. After being recognized, that person should state their name and the name of any organization represented. Statements should be limited to 5 minutes. Please silence all phones and electronic devices. Recording the meeting is allowed, and the commission requests that anyone using special recording equipment be seated in the back row to avoid creating a distraction during the meeting. Moving on to old business, and there is no old business at this time. And next is the approval of the appropriations, and Ms. Smidler, our county clerk, will present details.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
This morning we have the regular accounts payable register for the period of August 11th, 2026, ending August 25th, 2026, and ask for approval.
Okay, do we have any discussion on this? I see none, so I guess I'm ready for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I
Yes.
move to approve appropriations for the period of August 11th, 2026 to August 25th, 2026. Authorize the chairman to sign on behalf of the commission.
I'll second that.
Okay, you got a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving on to new business. We have item A, which is adoption of 2027 Barton County operating budget. Mr. Postner will once again give us details.
Hello again. Just ask the commission to consider the adoption of the 2027 budget as presented in the budget hearing.
Okay, we have more discussion on this.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I would gladly move to adopt the 2027 Barton County operating budget.
Second that.
okay, we got a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, next we'll have capital improvement and equipment replacement plans. Mr. Pottsner will again give us details.
So one essential part of the budget process is the accompanying capital improvement and equipment replacement plans. Capital improvement centers on expenses dealing with buildings and other fixed assets. Equipment replacement centers on the replacement of equipment. Items usually covered in the plan are vehicles, heavy equipment, things like that. These are revised annually and to allow the county to prepare for projected long-term expenditures. We just asked the commission to consider adopting the capital improvement and equipment replacement plans for 2027.
Do we have discussion on this? No discussion? Okay, I'm ready for a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move to adopt the capital improvement and the equipment replacement plans for 2027.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. And we'll move on to item C, and we've got Mr. Pottsner. He's working overtime today, so he will also, once again, provide details.
So Southwest Developmental Services, Inc., or SDSI, is the Community Development Disability Organization, or CDDO, for Barton County. Under the 2027 service agreement, SDSI will provide all services required by Kansas statutes for a CDDO for the total of $70,000. And so we had just asked the commission to consider approval, the SDSI agreement for services for 2027.
Okay, more discussion?
Ask a question, Matt, and I should, of all people, know this. What did we give them last year? Was that the same? or-
Same amount, 70,000.
I was thinking that it was, and I should know that being on the board, but I had to ask.
It's a good question. I think the public needs to know that also.
And and of course, we haven't raised them, what we give them since I've been here. They're one of those boards that, thank God, they have some funds, that they put some money back for rainy day, and that's how they keep going. And they're kind of like us. They're getting down to some slim pickings too. And that's, they asked for, I think, 140,000. I almost think they asked it's more than that per number of people that use the services, but they make it work. They do a good job. They've got a good bunch of people that watch the money and also do a very good job.
Yeah, this is a good service for Barton County.
Yeah, it really is. Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion and move to approve the SDSI agreement for the services for 2027 at $70,000.
I'll second that.
You got a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, next we move on to executive session. And do we have a need for executive session? Yes, I see none. Okay, we'll move on to announcements. Following the close of the agenda meeting, the commission will consider the authorization of personal changes for classified positions, sign any documentation approved during the agenda meeting, or sign any other documentation required for the regular county business. Similar action may take place throughout the day. The commission may attend the county-wide fire chiefs meeting at 7:00 p.m. Tuesday, August the 25th, 2026 at the Washington Activity Center, 1200 Susank Road, Washington, Kansas. And yes,
There's also a sales tax meeting. That's tonight, right?
well, that's true.
At the event center.
Town hall, yeah,
What time is that? Does anybody?
5 to 7,
5 to 7?
correct?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. Wow,
6 to 8.
Okay.
sorry.
That's all right.
We had it wrong too, but it was posted on the city website incorrectly. So
Okay,
6 to 8.
6 to 8 tonight.
So I guess I would like to throw that in as an announcement as well.
Well, yes, thank you for doing that. I think it's really important for the community and, well, the whole Barton County, really. So I think it's important that people attend this. And the appointments, all the subject change, the following appointments have been scheduled. At 10:00, budget hearing and agenda meeting, Fire District Number 1. 10:15, or following the close of the Fire District meeting, planning session with media consultant. At 10:30, regular business discussion, Matt Pottsner, County Administrator. 10:45, program update, Josh Beckman, County Engineer, Kirkman Michael. 11:00, program update, Chris Schartz, County Works Director. At 11:30, commission will continue business discussion. And the county edition, KVGB AM, Thursday at 11:05. Matt Potzner, County Administrator, is scheduled for August 27th, 2026.
Be some budget discussion in that.
Yeah. I'll have to make sure and listen to this one. Okay,
Can you
moving.
give a shout out to your favorite commissioner on this episode?
All in favor?
Good answer.
Yeah, it didn't take him long to say
So,
that, did it?
figured out before I asked.
Except for when Stan comes on, then you'll have a new favorite.
Discussion items, and this is mainly for the commissioners. Do we have any discussion? I guess I see none. Okay, next we'll move on to citizens organization may present requests or proposals for initial consideration. And I see none. The public or the commissioners are available to the public on Tuesdays during regular business hours. One or more commissioners may be present in the commission chambers conducting county business throughout the day on Tuesdays. The commissioners may individually schedule personal appointments related to the county business at their discretion. And the next regular meeting will be at 9 a.m. Tuesday, September the 1st, 2026. And with that, I'm ready for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Out of first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned. Now we are moving into,
People out there for this.
Yeah, you want me, there should be some representatives for fire district number one.
okay,
Wanting to attend this. You want to go grab it or you want to take a little break? And
But it's at 10, right?
well, it's after the close of the meeting.
okay, do we need to,
Or, okay, yes. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's a good idea.
okay,
If we wanted to do something, if you wanted to move something else up or just take a break, what you wanted to do.
We need to break from regular meeting for sure.
Right.
right. Yes, we're going to break from regular meeting. Okay, it is 10 o'clock, and so we are moving into our governing body fire district number 1 budget hearing meeting. And I will first need a motion to enter into the hearing.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
move to enter the budget hearing.
Second?
first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, Mr. Potsner will give us details on the 2027 operating budget.
So the notice of budget hearing was published in the Great Bend Tribune on August 15th, 2026, meeting the 10-day notice period as required by Kansas statute. The publication summary included for Fire District number 1, the 2025 prior year actual expenditures, the actual tax rate, and assessed valuation for that year. 2026 current estimate for expenditures and the actual tax rate for that year, as well as the assessed valuation, and then the proposed budget for 2027 and the estimated tax rate and the valuation that is based off of. So the operating expenditures are the same. The only thing that has changed, the request for transfer was 20,000. We've bumped that up to 26,800 to basically get us close to that revenue neutral rate. And this rate is 3.572, which is 0.005 under the revenue neutral rate of 3.577. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Do we have comments on this?
I like, if you guys approve, I like increasing the transfer because I know you guys have a number of expenditures, as always, trying to keep up with the ever-changing technology and how your equipment ages out. So I like the increase to the transfer.
As we know, everything costs more and more,
Mhm.
more expensive.
You guys are still looking at grant funding and for your breathing
We
apparatuses.
got that taken care of. That was the big expenditure that was showing in 2025 was the $110,000 for our SCBA's.
See
Yeah,
that? Okay.
that took our equipment reserve took a big hit there.
Yes,
since
it
we didn't
did.
Get that, but yeah, we've applied for several bunker grants. We've applied for wireless headsets for that new truck that we replaced or not new truck, but that used truck that we replaced, the very old used
Different.
truck here left this year. Haven't heard anything on that grant. We just got a grant for all new firefighting hoods for all our guys that were way more expensive than we thought they'd ever be, but that was through One Oak. We got a grant. There was a little bit of money left over, so we bought half the guys' new firefighting gloves, structural gloves. Once again, way higher than we thought they'd be. We never thought we'd see a day when hoods were $150 and gloves were $135 a piece. Yeah.
Wow.
So, no, so yeah, we're always applying for grants. We've got, like I said, we've got 3 grants out right now. Some of them are smaller, a couple. They're just not as easy to come by as they used to be, but, and the battle is so many of them are small that they're almost like, well, what am I, like the last one for the wireless headsets is a $5,000 grant. It's 50-50 match. So I have to get $2,500 and then you're supposed to be find something to fit in a $5,000 grant, without spending a whole bunch of money over the top of it sometimes. And our industry is just hard because one set of bunkers is $5,000.
Wow.
So yeah, complete head to toe, helmet, boots and everything, $5 grand. So, and we still have the grant out,
Big grants.
the big AFG grant.
You know what the timeline is on that?
They're pushing it back. They're not getting their money. And so they're scared to release anything. That's what we're facing a lot of right now is, a lot of these grants we should have had answers on already, good or bad. And we keep getting notice that soon, it'll be soon, they're scared to start releasing anything because their fiscal years are weird. And then, so they usually have awarded them before they have the money in hand and they're scared to do it now without the money in hand. So both the wildland grant, the AFG grant is that way. Mason, that was the same thing. I can't remember which one it was. And we're Kansas State Firefighters grant is coming up right now, which you can apply for bunkers also. But we hate to apply for bunkers if we're lucky enough to get the AFG grant,
Yes.
because we don't want to take away from somebody else that could have that opportunity.
Right.
But we are looking at some wildland gear, just to help out the longevity of our bunkers, maybe. it's a give and take. Do you want 2 sets of bunkers for every guy? But if you're taking the wear and tear off a $5,000 gear, if you can get cheaper gear, so we're talking about maybe on the wildland grant or on the kids firefighters grant of applying for some wildland gear to help out. And also just for heat. It's a lot cooler. Elwood runs some wildland gear. So I've looked at theirs and it's
Oh,
kind of a nice deal, but once again, 2 sets of bunkers is tough,
Mhm.
but.
okay.
So.
Well, hopefully we'll find out something with the hometown grants through the county.
So they,
That we-
last time we applied, we got our denial October like 17th is when we put out. So we're a little ways out from that point yet.
Okay.
I expect if we get denied, we'll know by then, hopefully. You know,
I was thinking this one's, we're supposed to find out in September. But-
Pushed it back.
Did they push? Okay.
they were saying September.
Mhm,
That's
okay.
what we've been trying to do. We've got a grant there's a September 1st deadline grant, and then there's a middle of September one, so we've been kind of dragging our feet on applying for a couple of those, just hoping maybe we'll get an answer before.
Great.
We'll still apply for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything you can.
Well, it's great that you're doing that, pursuing those grants. Okay, do we have any more
So
discussion?
we're still working on our truck we purchased has been a little slower getting together than we thought it was gonna be, just because we're trying to do a lot of it in-house.
Oh,
Save
yeah.
money instead of paying somebody to do a lot of it. And
Yeah.
so we've got a lot of guys busy right now with farming and everything else and coming to meetings every Tuesday lately.
Uh-oh.
Well, you guys have a lot of hands-on people over there, so that helps a bunch, save a lot of money. Oh, okay, do we have any more discussion? Okay, if not, I'm ready for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd move to close the hearing.
Second.
Okay, we got a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried and closing the budget hearing. Now we're going to have the opening business. I'm going to call the meeting to order. First, I need to consider the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Consider the minutes of the May 5th, 2026 regular meeting.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the May 5th, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
Second that.
Okay, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Cell phones and other electronic devices and other than those used by the media and law enforcement should be shut off. Old business, and there is no old business at this time, and moving on to new business. And we will have Mr. Potzner talk about the adoption of the 2027 Fire District operating budget.
So we just asked that the commission consider adopting the budget as presented in the budget hearing.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd move to adopt the 2027 operating budget for Fire District Number 1.
Second.
Okay, we got a first and second, all in favor.
Aye.
Motion carried. Discussion items. We have, I think we've discussed most of it already. Citizens organization may present request or proposals for initial consideration. And I see none. Next regular meeting will be announced at a later date. And with that, I'm ready for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second that.
There we got a first and second, all in favor.
Aye.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys. Appreciate everything you do, Matt. Thank you.